Hello and welcome back inside the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Now talking USD men's basketball with head coach Todd Lee. And Todd, last week, couple of games on the road, starting in Tulsa against Oral Roberts. You told us last week that your team was going to be prepared for that zone, that 1-3-1 zone that ORU likes to play, and it was pretty evident early that you were, particularly Stanley Amude. They didn't have an answer for him.
Yeah, we did a good job. That was the first time all year I've seen them get out of the zone, and they went to a number of possessions a man because we did a really good job of attacking it. Got some good looks. Even the shots we missed were good looks, and we were prepared for it, and our guys did a good job. And in the first half, they got out of it some. In the second half, they went man-to-man. So they don't do that. They stick with that, even if you're getting shots, and that's their staple, and they're a very big athletic team, and they stay in it. But we did a good job of attacking it, and so they got out of it for a while.
Yeah, Stan scored 16 first-half points, including a couple of three-pointers. He was also at the center of a kind of a wild sequence there toward the end of the first half, and I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about here. It culminated with your ejection, so I'm sure you remember that well. But there was lots of chatter on this during and after. Can you just take us through what went down from your perspective there?
Well, there was a foul called on an offensive rebound, and they called it on Stan. And I couldn't tell if he fouled anybody at that point. I just didn't have a good angle. When the foul was called, I just looked at the bench because I knew it was his third, which is big. We just didn't have enough guys, and he was playing with two. Ended up picking up his third. So I looked at the bench to figure out who I'm going to sub in. And then I looked out there, and Stan had his hands in the air like I didn't touch him. That foul's not on me. And so I said to the referee, I said, "Is there a way we could review that? Can we review that?" And he said, "No, you can't." So I said to the other official, "What did he do?" And he teed me up. So at that point, I was talking to the other official, and he said, "Look, I'm just trying to keep you in the game." I said, "Keep me in the game." I just asked him, "What did he do?" I said, all he said was, "What did he do?" And then he teed me up again. So, it's different officials. It's the first time I've had those two of the officials. We've had one. Different officials act different, react different to situations. And that's just their personality. You got to get to know them, and they are perfectly within their right to, if you're yelling at them, which a lot of times I've done a lot worse, and so have most coaches. But hey, that's the way it goes, and it's tough. It was the worst night of my professional life because I've never, that's not happened, and I don't. You spend so much time preparing for a game. You're in a battle with your guys, and anybody that's been a part of a team knows the empty feeling when you can't be with your guys battling. It's such a gut-wrenching feeling. So it was really, awful. And our guys did a great job. We got down the second half, double digits. It came all the way back, had a chance to tie it. You got to give our guys so much credit dealing with that. We lose by 3. They shot 6 technical fouls, free throws, because Stan got picked up one in the second half. So, I don't want to say a lot about it. Just that I just gave you what happened, and you got to move on and go from there.
Well, you're back on the bench Sunday for the game against Omaha, and it's another tough one here in the way that the result was. But the Mavericks came into this game red hot, particularly on the offensive end. But you managed to slow them down, particularly in that first half. So what was working defensively for you?
Yeah, we did. They scored 27 points. They haven't played a game this year in league that they've scored under 80. So it's been 80 plus, and a lot of their games are in the 90s. They're a really good offensive team, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. We held them to 27 in the first half. That was big. I felt like the pace, we talked about that last week, the pace of the game with them was going to be big. So we did a good job of making them execute in the half court, not giving them transition baskets. And I thought, our guys really did a good job of paying attention to the scouting report, how to guard certain guys, guarding their concepts the right way. And so going at halftime, I told our guys, they don't feel comfortable with the way the game is. It's 30-27. They're used to scoring 85, 90 points a game. And unfortunately, we came out in the second half, and for whatever reason, we did not guard that way again. Started the second half, and they went on a little bit of run, got it out to 5, 6 points, and they kind of stayed that way the whole night until we cut it to 2 with a minute to go. But was disappointed with the mistakes we made scouting with the scouting report, and some effort plays in the second half. And some of that may be fatigue, some of it's just maybe lack of concentration we have to get better at. And with our numbers being down, I don't want to make excuses for our guys. Hopefully, we just got to get better at paying attention to the scouting report. like I said, though, Jay, some of it may be effort. I mean, our guys are playing a lot of minutes.
Now, Omaha, they did get that offense up to speed and played kind of their style, certainly, in that second half. But with that, your guys played pretty well offensively, too. You hung tough. It was 68-66 with a minute to go. And then Mitch Hahn comes out, hits that dagger 3 out of the timeout, and that really kind of sealed the game for them. So can you walk us through that play and how that developed for
you? Yeah, we wanted to, it's a 2-point game. We were going to end up blitzing the first ball screen, which, double the first ball screen. So we didn't know for sure what they were going to run. We thought they may go to Hahn, may go to Jackson. Both of them had played well in the second half. But they ran a slip screen of the Klay Thompson sprint, and then pop out. We guard that a couple different ways, but we had the blitz on. But we didn't do a great job of talking. He ended up slipping. Stan wasn't close enough with him. He gets a good look and knocks it down. That was obviously a big play. And but you got to give them credit. He's a senior. They go to him. He knocks down that shot. If not, we get the ball back and we have a chance to win it. Sure. They've won 8 of 9 games. They're playing really well. And when you win those games, you win some close games. He hit a big shot at North Dakota to win the game for him, too, a 3. And so, they've got guys that are stepping up, making plays at the end of the game. And in our league, there's a lot of close games, and that's what you need.
Speaking of North Dakota, that's where you had Wednesday night take on the Fighting Hawks. They've had their own struggles this season, but another team that when they get it going, they can really score, and they've been the best at that in conference play to this point.
Yeah, they can score, and they run really good offense. Another group, they've had guys in the program or in the system for a number of years. Avance is he's an undersized post. He's one of those guys that just knows his game and knows how to play, and he can get his shot off against anybody, even though you think, well, he's undersized, but he's a really good post player. And they've got shooters around him. So they can score the ball. And they've played a lot of close games. They've had some tough losses similar to us. They're in a lot of games, and they play a lot of guys. They do a really good job offensively. Defensively, they guard, they play hard, so it'll be a tough game. Any road game, tough game. That was, as I said, Omaha went up there and they had to hit a 3 at the down the stretch to win the game. So there's a lot of close games in our league.
Last thing I want to ask before I let you out of here, from a personnel standpoint, Trey Birch-Manning did get out on the floor and warm up at Omaha. I didn't see any action in the game, but is he close? Is there a chance we see him this week?
Yeah, he's close. We're hoping we see him this week. We'll see how his foot reacts today in practice. The other day we tried him and it just didn't feel very good. But we're going to see today in practice, and then Dan Jack is hopefully closer to going too. Oh, wow. So Logan Powers probably the longest, being out. Sure. He's out for a little while longer, but we're hoping we can get Trey Birch-Manning or Dan Jack in this week.
Well, that would be outstanding for you. I certainly don't think you're going to be turning down any extra bodies at this point.
We need the minutes. We need the bodies. Our guys want to play, but they're probably tired of playing 39, 40 minutes.
Yeah, I bet they are. Well, good luck to you, Todd, in Grand Forks. And then, of course, we'll get ready to see you here Saturday against Western Illinois.
Yep. Thanks, Jay.